named Halimi bin Jufri. Okay, a little bit about my backstory. Actually, before this, I was in fact flying for Singapore Airlines as a cabin crew. I flew for 10 whole years. Yeah. The thing is, I was retrenched during the very first SARS period in the year 2006 or 7, I can't remember. The very first SARS, right? I lost my sight after I went for a brain tumor removal operation that was like 19 or 20 years ago. Because there was a growth, the tumor slightly bigger than such was grade 8 and it was growing on the right side of my brain. I was suffering from excruciating migraines, it's throbbing pain. But it was successfully removed. I was in hospital for 45 days, 1.5 months. However, I needed to go for 4 different procedures, 4 different operations within the 1.5 months period. Up to today, guess what? I went for 13 operations altogether, 1-3, all on my head. But I lost my sight on the day I was supposed to be out of hospital itself. It was when my late mom was pushing me on the wheelchair, went into the lift. Once the lift door closed, lights went off, just like that. I'd be lying to you if I were to say I wasn't shocked. I was in fact extremely shocked. However, I must attribute my strength and my positivity to my late mom and my late dad because they were the source of my strength indeed. They were the true pillar of my strength. I told and asked myself, come on, if and when they both do not look at me any differently, why should I look at myself any different? I picked myself up, I was out of my house all over again within a week. Yeah. And to answer your question, actually, there's not much of a challenge for me to be in the F&B background because it became like second nature to me. And my objective and my sort of purpose in life right now is to give back to society. It has always been a passion of mine to be of service to others. Yeah, so I don't see any of it as a challenge at all. You see, and positivity. Look. I strongly believe every single thing that happened to us all on Earth, on this planet, are all positive. Absolutely nothing is negative. Right? Like what happened to me when I first lost my sight. Would you want to call it a positive or a negative thing? Because it is after I lost my sight, that's where after that I got married. And I happened to have met my wife at the bus stop. Having flown for Singapore Airlines for 10 whole years, well, that bus stop wasn't even in London, neither was it in Paris or in Rome. It was just back home here in Singapore, in Toa Payoh, Lorong 1. I was in fact doing dining it up for SAVH, Singapore Association of the Visually Handicapped, in 47 Toa Payoh Rise, right? It was around 6:30, 6:45 or so, pretty late. I was walking towards the bus stop, but the whole long bus stop was empty except for one lady. I simply walked up to her, merely had to ask her to help me look out for the bus number for me. And I put it to fate that she happened to take the same bus with me, so we went out the same bus together, sat together, chat a little bit, exchanged phone numbers, email addresses and Facebook accounts. Over a year later, after a few days, we were both married. And right about now, both of us are blessed with a 13-year-old daughter. Coming back to my question again, would you want to call it, after I lost my sight, would you want to call it a positive or a negative thing? From where I'm sitting, well, it looked very positive. I could see some shadows, some shapes, some silhouettes. But for yourself, right, when you're sitting still and the background is just like the color of whatever you're wearing, if you don't move, I wouldn't know you're there.
I see.
Yeah. Even if you don't talk, I wouldn't know you're there. You need to move because I need some contrast. The background, if you're wearing something light, your background got to be black or dark. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to see features, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. As of now, not only that I'm posting for NOX, I'm serving all my diners food and drinks. I'm also doing a lot of consultation work for schools, universities, colleges, polytechnics, ITEs, community centers, corporates, hospitals who want to have dining drug programs. At the same time, I'm also doing a lot of motivation speaking, like right now, right? For schools, universities, colleges, polytechnics, ITEs, community centers, for MCA, corporates like Standard Chartered, Alan, the global team. Latest one was Prudential Insurance, and next in line is going to be this coming 1st of August in Desaru. It's for a NTUC income, the insurance people. Yeah. I said the opportunity is endless. The chances of you giving back to society is endless. It's how you look at things, it's how your perspective, it's how you perceive things. See, I don't take my impairment as a disadvantage. In fact, I'm using my advantage to my disadvantage to my